At long last, Jacob reached Padan Aram after a long and exhausting journey. His heart held only one desire, to find the one destined for him. Along the way, he faced hardships, the sun scorched his skin, loneliness surrounded him, but the flame of hope never died out. This was not just a physical journey, but a spiritual one as well. In Jacob's heart was fear, tied to the consequences of past decisions, and hope, anchored in the promises of the future. When he first laid eyes on Rachel at the well, time seemed to stand still. Her beauty was not just in her appearance, but the light within her touched Jacob's soul. That moment felt like a fragrance that swept away the exhaustion of years. Rachel was the one he had dreamed of, the reason for leaving everything behind. His heart knew, she was the one. But destiny's plan was not yet complete. Jacob met Rachel's father, Laban, who welcomed him warmly. When Jacob offered to work 7 years to marry Rachel, it was not just love speaking through his eyes, but sincerity and dedication as well. Those 7 years felt like mere days to him, for his heart was fixed on the reward, Rachel. This sacrifice was a sign of a love that rose above worldly greed. But when the awaited day arrived, the one he had dreamed of for so long, his world was turned upside down. On the night of the wedding, Laban deceitfully gave him Leah instead of Rachel. That betrayal in the darkness struck Jacob's heart like a blade. His cry came not from the mouth but the soul. It was a strike against his trust, his sincerity, his hope. Was deception the price of true love? Was this the reward for honesty and sacrifice? That was the moment when the heart could falter and faith could stumble. But Jacob did not give up. He questioned, he felt pain, but he did not let go of patience. He agreed to work another 7 years to have Rachel as his wife. In that moment, Jacob's character shone like a bright star. He showed that when intentions are pure and love is true, every deceit, every hardship, every betrayal becomes a step toward greatness. He proved that hope must never die, because morning surely follows the darkest nights. Through Leah, God gave Jacob sons. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, all were born from Leah. Rachel, however, was barren. Yet in her eyes, there was a silent prayer, a quiet hope echoing in God's court. Leah wanted to prove herself worthy, for she was less loved, and God comforted her by blessing her with children. The struggle for love, the longing for honor, and the joy of motherhood made her life an emotional journey. Rachel, too, did not lose heart. She gave her maidservant Bilhah to Jacob so she could bear children for her. When Bilhah bore sons, a spark lit up in Rachel's eyes. She began to feel that perhaps God would remember her too. Likewise, Leah gave her maidservant Zilpah to Jacob, and she too bore children. This was not just a competition of motherhood, it was a search for honor, love, and closeness. Every mother longed to have a special place in Jacob's heart. This chapter teaches us that life doesn't always follow a straight path. Sometimes you labor for Rachel, but fate gives you Leah. Sometimes your intentions are pure, but the world tests you with betrayal. But those who are patient, who hold on to hope, who remain steadfast, they eventually reach their destination. Jacob's journey is a reflection of our lives. We all chase our dreams. We all, at some point, face betrayal, when Leah comes in place of Rachel. We cry, we hurt, we question, but those who do not turn back, who hold the flag of patience high, they are the ones who ultimately find their Rachel. And that Leah, whom we once saw as a disappointment, becomes a source of blessing. From her womb came the foundations of nations. Sometimes what we do not desire turns out to be our greatest blessing. Sometimes the path that seems to lead us astray actually brings us closer to God. This story is not just about love, it is about patience, determination, hope, and faith that keeps a flame burning even in the storm. It is a truth that can touch every heart, bring tears to every eye, and shake every soul. There is fear when dreams shatter. Despair surrounds when betrayal strikes. But those who trust in God, for them every darkness becomes the beginning of light. Those who stay firm on their path, no matter how long, no matter how painful, are always rewarded in the end. Be it 7 years or 14, true love always finds its way. Jacob not only found his Rachel, but he also laid the foundation of a lineage that would change the world. His sons became the pillars upon which an entire nation stood. And all this was achieved by the one who, even after being betrayed, chose not to go back, who kept working, kept believing, kept praying. So if you too are walking a path where dreams have been broken, where your heart has cried, where your journey seems lost, know that this chapter is for you. If you are waiting for your Rachel, but have received Leah, do not reject her. Because God's wisdom is far above your understanding, what you see today as a burden may become your greatest joy tomorrow. Keep believing, keep hoping, be patient, keep walking, because those who endure with patience are the ones who eventually succeed. If this story touched your heart, if Jacob's patience, his hope, his journey brought light to your heart too, then we humbly ask you to subscribe to our channel, Shining Truths. Your one subscription encourages us more, and this journey becomes even more beautiful with you by our side. May God give you strength, patience, and light on your path. Amen.